there's anti-black racism, then there's black anti-black racism, which means that there's black folks who don't like don't like other black folks, but that is just a powerful of a phenomenon as as whites that don't like blacks. And a lot of times a couple of people are given some crumbs to make the people on the bottom feel better. But as we see an influx of more affluent blacks and people getting into the highest positions in the world, there's a reaction at the bottom. There's those whites who react to the fact that they think that they're losing something to minority. They think that their position in life has been affected because only if we can get rid of minorities, or only if we can get rid of immigrants or something like that. And we got to realize that in certain instances, when we say the Trayvon Martins, Oscar Grants, Amadou Diallo's, these guys supposedly posed a threat to a white person, but we gotta go into the psyche of that person to wonder why does that person look at you as a threat? So when we see the people who are up in these higher positions, say the Barack Obamas, the Will Smiths, the Oprah Winfrey's, these are very non-threatening blacks. And that's something that we teach our kids. We teach them to not be threatening, to don't be as strong as you feel inside, to hide your talent so people won't think you're too uppity and won't think of you as a threat. Because it used to be that the gang members were the most ominous or the most threatening black image to white folks. But now it seems to be the intelligent black man that's more of a threat to them. So that's why these people at the bottom react. That's why people are like, well, Barack Obama's racism is over because Barack Obama was president. No, he isn't. He's actually, not through any fault of his own, putting the pressure on the lower end of the people in the hood and stuff like that, because these people are being viewed as threats. Because once they think that you're taking over, some people, like a lot of white supremacists, feel that way. They feel like, well, they're the president now, so now we're going to be second-class citizens. So what do? We're going to take out their babies. We're going to, it's a evolutionary genetic drift phenomenon.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah. Dr. Cress Wilson talks about that. Dr. Cress Wilson, she's a prolific speaker. She's the protege of Neely Fuller Jr. and he did the Journal of Race Relations back in the 70s. He talked about racism as a system, because a lot of people think that racism is just somebody calling you a bad name or whatever. Racism can also be that perception of you and them then using their ill thoughts towards you to keep resources from you, to not give you jobs, to not give you housing, stuff like that. And it gets deeper than just being killed. It gets deeper to the point that we have been systematically disenfranchised from a lot of the wealth that America produces.